What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Kerbal Space Program. When we left off in the last episode, we managed to upgrade our, launch pad. And so now we can make bigger ships and everything, but we do have a ship that's stuck in orbit. The Orbit Maker Mark 6. Got a lot of science and all that kind of stuff, but then it kind of got stuck. Now, here's the funny part. I was going to make this episode about making a rescue ship, right? Like, let's build a ship that rescues this guy. However, in the comments on my last video, I believe it was BlockSeaman22, made a comment that blew my mind, and so now whether it works or not, we've got to try it. And that was, because this is basically just a floating object at this speed or whatever, we have no propulsion to slow it down, so it's stuck in an orbit. It's just going to keep spinning. But this is where the fun part comes in. The Kerbal Odgar, he has a jetpack that, while not a lot of force, is force. So for those of you that may not have figured out where I'm going with this, we're going to quick save it, but we're going to try 146 and 70. We're going to try and bring this periapsis below 70,000 meters. Because if we can get it below, which actually it's only like 15 meters, that might work. This is kind of one of those plans that is so crazy it just might work. So here's the deal. We're getting closer to this. What I need to find is retro. Whoa, 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 oh. There we go, SAS. I was like, what? Okay, now we're on the dark side and I can't see anything, which is awesome. Wow, I literally can't see anything. Okay, if that's thrusting towards the planet, that would pull and yeah, okay, that's where we need to be. So we need to be facing this way, but we need to get the Kerbal to do so. So here's the hatch. So if I get out, he's going to be facing this way. So we're going to want to throttle forward, I think. And this is going to be very difficult because we have to go on our periapsis because it's darker. Because it's closer to the planet, not darker. It is darker, which was where I was going with that. But we have to go from here, get this to lower. So we're probably going to do this a little weird because we can't really see. Alright, moment of truth. Eva? Can't see. Jetpack? Okay, stabilize yourself. Do I have lights? I do. Okay, there we go. So now what we're going to try and do is literally push this. How do I go down? Control. There we go. Okay. Oh! Okay. That may not work. I'm not sure. Especially because of how dark it is, I just lost the ship. There it is. Okay. This is... Well, okay, here's the other thing I don't know. Oops, wrong direction. I'm using the skyline here to see where my ship is. If I can see where my ship is. There it is. Okay. So there's one other thing that I want to kind of try. Because that not only didn't work very well, but it could take a while. And that is, I don't know if we can use our jetpack thing while what's the thing I'm thinking of? While latched on is, I guess, the best word I can think of to the shuttle. Okay, so we grabbed it, so now we're Okay. Nope, I don't think that's gonna work. Okay. So this is the part that I'm not quite sure if it's going to work or not, is that I don't know if he has enough mass to really push this thing. Where'd it go? Dang it, man. I had to do this in the dark. I keep losing it. Not to mention we're running out of propellant too. It's always lovely. Okay, up, 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 up. Alright. Just for kicks and giggles, let's board, so we're back in the shuttle. Now let's see what that did, if anything. Oh, it did! It did lower our periapsis. There's no way this worked. Okay. Did I get an EVA report already? While we were out in... I don't think I did. Let's do that. Where is... Oh, and that's part of the problem, is the way that the new Kerbal system is set up after they updated the game. Lights... EVA report. There we go. Can I board now? Oh, wait. Crap. I think it's the speed of the module is going basically to... Wait, why can't I grab this? Come on now. Don't be like that. There we go. Okay, so we got an EVA report. Does it pay us to do a crew report at all? No, not here. I'll have to find another location. Alright, Perry... Looks like it went back up. Is it going back up? If we can keep it under 70, I think it will eventually pull us in. Because I believe 70 is the atmosphere. I think. I could be wrong. Oh, that's just... planetary information. Equator radius... Atmosphere height, 70,000. Okay. I hate that. I forget how to do the target thing. Excuse me. There's a way to... Nope, nope, nope. Okay, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. We'll just go back to the tracking center. There's no way this is going to work. And I say that because I'm thinking it's possible. But I will be thoroughly blown away if we actually get this ship back by nudging it with our pilot. That's just going to be so funny. Okay. Need to keep track on our power, too. 6941. It was 48 a minute ago. Wait, I think I just heard the music change. We are slowing down. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I think. Because that means it actually kind of worked. The hardest part to this, honestly, though, is being in the dark. This would be a way easier without being in the dark. Okay. I don't have... Oh, yeah, no, I don't have anything. Okay. Alright, EVA, R, lights, R, there we go. I'm just going to push a little bit. Like that. That's actually not bad. Oh, nope, nope, no bouncing, no bouncing. That was a little... The trick that I'm learning here is you can't hit the ship real fast. You have to get to the ship and then push. That's kind of what I'm detecting here. Like that. We're up against the ship now. So now we just kind of need to tap it a little bit and just push. Like that. Oh, that's a good run. Look at that. Alright, now can we get back in? Board? Why can't I board? Come on. There we go. Alright, so what did that do? 697? So, I don't know how many years it would take, but in theory, this could work. I'm kind of surprised that it's not already pulling us in, though. I don't know enough about orbit mechanics to understand all that. But I am a bit surprised that if we're under the limit, and technically speaking then in the atmosphere, why it won't pull us down. That's a little confusing to me, because the atmosphere is 70,000, so by all accounts we should be into gravity by that point. So then it's like, to me, I'm wondering why is this not working? Excuse me. So what I'm going to do is we're going to try this one more time. If this doesn't work, then I will probably just move on to something else and maybe make a rescue rocket or something. But I had to give this a try, just because it was such a funny idea. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Oh, I'm an idiot. I've been pushing towards the planet. I should have been pushing away from the ship, like the direction that it's floating. I should have been doing a counter-orbit push. That would have made more sense. Again, chalk it up to I'm not an orbital mechanics person. Yeah, see, like, I should just be pushing this way to slow it down. And if this works, I'm gonna be amazed. Okay, that was a pretty good one. I don't want to lose my ship, though. That's the only thing. We don't want to get it going so well. 68.2. Not bad. And we actually can kind of see what we're doing here. Sorry, I keep having to clear my throat today. Oh, wrong button. That would help, wouldn't it? So like this, we've got a good direction here because it's completely horizontal, which gives us a bigger target to push against. And I am noticing that every time I get into the ship, my monofuel refuels, which is kind of cool. Oops, wrong way, wrong way. No, 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 no. Ow. Come on, stabilize, stabilize. Whatever, we're spinning too much now. Now we just gotta get back in. But yeah, the way that the newer Kerbal engine handles... Uh-oh, where'd you go? See, that's the problem, I can't lose the ship. Oh, and I need to change the controls or something, because I'm so used to playing Space Engineers, where C is down, and I keep hitting C and nothing happens, so I just keep floating up in the air. Okay, grab this. Grab it! Oh my gosh. Grab the thing. Thank you. Board. There we go. Stabilize. Stop spinning. 67? So it's actually working. Little at a time, it's actually working. But I'm still a little bit confused as to why that's not low enough. Like, why we're not... Oh! Wait a minute! It slowed us down. Yeah, see, we're not actually descending, though, and I don't get that. I mean, I'm in the atmosphere at this point. The gravity should be pulling on us. I would think. Wait! Oh, it did that, not us. Oh, we're descending! It's happening! Look at that! You gotta be kidding me. Oh, if this works. This is like the longest trip ever, because we've gone around this planet like twice, which is not anything to pick bones at. Like, I mean, that would be like months or years or something. Oh, now we're starting to descend. I think we actually did it! We rescued ourselves! Possibly. Maybe. Alright, I'm gonna quick save it, pause it, and I'll be back in a second to see what happens. I don't know how long this will take. Okay, so there is good news and bad news. You'll see that we're gaining altitude. So, technically speaking, like, the apoapsis is going back up. So, technically speaking, we're getting pulled back in, but we were slowed down, and you'll notice that the peri is still going down. That's the thing that I want to note. So, like... and now it's stopped, so when we come back around, it's not descending now because we've sped up, well, we're slowing down now, but we sped up enough that our apo came back up and we're out of the orbit again, or atmosphere, but when we come back around here, it's going to pull us back in because our periapsis is lower and it's going to make it go even more. So, this is not something that will happen fast. I'm waiting for it, waiting for it, waiting for it. It should stop us from being in time warp. There. So right about there, we fall back into the atmosphere, and now this is going to get pulled down even more. We're going to lose altitude again, pull this in further, so on and so forth. So basically, we will descend eventually at this point, if my math is correct, if my assumption or understanding of orbit mechanics, excuse me, if my understanding of that is comparable enough. We will descend at some point. The trick is how long it takes, because your decay rate is going to be higher than your progress. So even though this may go back up, if we get back out into past the atmosphere again, it's not going to go up as high as it's going down, if that makes sense. And the same with the periapsis. It's not increasing, it's decreasing, so it's merely a matter of time before we end up crashing. Which is kind of awesome, because then we'll get all of this science and everything, and we didn't have to spend extra for a rescue thing. Now, the only thing is, this is going to take forever. I'm really curious to see what the mission time is, because it's going to be like years or something. But, yeah, see, right about there we go back into orbit. So it's still not quite enough, but over time this is decaying and so is this. So, we'll just have to play it out and see how long this takes. But, in theory, it's actually going to save itself, in theory. So, we'll see how long it takes. Okay, we have successfully done it, which still blows my mind. Our apoapsis is 66,000 and our periapsis is 50, so there's no way that we're going to achieve an orbit. Technically speaking, again, from what I understand of orbit mechanics, we wouldn't even be considered in an orbit. We're technically in a decaying orbit that's going to turn into a free fall. Because at both points, you're both within the atmosphere, so eventually gravity's just going to pull you down. We're at 53,000 altitude at the moment, and both Apo and Peri are steadily declining. So, we have actually rescued ourselves. I'm blown away. I'm blown away by that. It was kind of one of those that when it was mentioned in the comments, I was like, scientifically, that's so true. Now, the one thing is, I don't know how long this took. I went around the planet, like, at least 5-6 times type of thing, and each time when I got to the peri or the apsis, I would get out and push retrograde. Like, what I was basically doing is, you have the planet on your right here, and you're obviously going, depending on which way you're looking at it, just assuming you're looking at it from periapsis, right? You're going clockwise. So all you had to do is put the planet on your right and push back the other way. So what I would do is I would actually eyeball it. I found the symbol to use was these two pink ones. The other one's upside down. But you put the orange on the right and the blue on the left, and basically you can eyeball it. You don't really even need this thing for this kind of thing. You just look at it, and you can tell you're moving this way. And so I would get out, bring my character down here, and just push. And you're basically pushing it the opposite way, which, if you're going this way, you know, you push the opposite way, it's going to slow this down, and eventually you end up with a decaying orbit. So, I just can't believe it worked. It's one of those, the science is there. Like, yeah, obviously the physics and the science behind it makes sense. It was I didn't know how long it would take. You know, if you've got a 200,000 kilometer apoapsis or whatever, and you push until your monopropellant on your astronaut is gone, and then you get in and you've only gone 1 kilometer, it would take you, you know, the Kerbal would die in real life before that happened. So, when it was brought up, I was like, mathematically that would work. You're applying a force, because this has no force, it's just stuck in a speed. And so, you know, it's kind of the Newton thing of anything at rest will stay at rest until a force is applied. So even though it's moving, it's kind of at rest. There's no forces being applied, it's just spinning. There's just nothing stopping the forces that were already applied by the rocket engine. So, in theory, if you get out and you push the opposite way, you're applying a new force, so it will eventually do what it's doing now. So, we kind of proved that you can actually do this. You can rescue yourself if the orbit is small enough. Although, alright, let me rephrase. In this game, because there's no, like, health, hunger, dehydration, age, in theory, you could do this at any point. If you were in a steady orbit, you could use the Kerbin to slow yourself down until it decayed. The reality is, it's not likely because of how long it would take, especially if you're on a timed contract, that you'd lose the contract in as many times as it takes to go around the planet and all that. So it's not really applicable, but it does work. We've just figured this out. It does work. Perry's at 29, Apo's at 51, so we're going to land eventually. We're going down. Oh, and I'm not even sped up. That would probably help things. I haven't been sped up that whole time. Unfortunately, it does look like we're going to make landfall. Because I'm pretty sure this orbit's going to start decaying really quickly once this drops. Yeah. And we're going to go ahead and quick save it here. So we're probably going to end up somewhere in this continent, I would imagine. Yeah, that's going at a pretty good clip. So we're probably going to end up somewhere in this area. Which isn't explicitly bad. It's just that I changed my structure, because if we can save the rest of this pod, we'll get more money. So I'm trying to just jettison the parachute and let it land, but if we land on ground, I'm thinking we'll be going too fast and we'll probably bust this thruster fuel thing, so we'll have to see. I don't really want to drag this out. Unfortunately, if I pause it, I'm just going to end up like recording again in the next 10 seconds because we're going fast now. We're kind of balling. Yeah, there we go. Now, I wonder... It won't matter. I was going to say, I wonder if going sideways will give us more drag and we'll slow down more, but once we get to a certain height, we're just going to be going at 9.8 or whatever gravity is, so it won't really matter. I am just going to go ahead and deploy the chute, just because. And then when we get to about 500... Or wait, no, I need to do this beforehand, because I don't know how far away we are from the ground. Okay, we're about 500 feet above, or meters above sea level, maybe? I guess. Okay, so that deployed. That's good. We're at 9 point... I'm really just curious, and I apologize, I try and sound smart, but I don't know if all the physics that I rattled off were correct. What we did worked, but I don't know if that's the right terms or right Newton laws, or if that's actually how the law goes. I don't remember. I did not do well at physics. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, we only lost the thruster, though, so we get to keep the fuel tanks, which is awesome. Yeah, recover that booger. I'm so curious, does it list how long this mission was? Because it's got to have been like a year that he's been out in space. But we got him back. Odgar is back, our main pilot. And we didn't even have to send a recovery ship. Wow, we got 50 science off of that. Cool. Recovery vessel from Kerbal orbit. Observation goo. While flying while in space. EVA report over Kerbal Highlands. EVA report from space just above Kerbal's water. I did 2 EVAs? I didn't know you could do that. Crew report 4.5. Parts. Funds 49 grand total. We only got 1,200 credits back, but whatever. Crew 1 XP gain. Advanced to level 1. What? That's pretty awesome. 1 year, day 1. Way. No, there's no way. Unless we started at year 0, then that would make sense. So ultimately, our biggest thing was science. We got some major science from that, for the most part. Well, I don't know about major. What do these cost? 45, so not major. But we did get better. We did get enough to where we could buy like maybe the battery packs or something. What is this one? Is this Science Junior? Yeah. That's not the lab. Alright, so that was pretty amazing. I'm going to end the episode here on that note. In the meantime, let me know what you guys think on what we should do next. And I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace!